Yeah, no.
Hey, what is your favorite Disney tip that you see online often?
My favorite Disney tip?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. I don't really think I have a favorite tip anymore. I have like like I get annoyed by some Disney tips, by like all the
Sure.
the hidden Mickeys. Like there are 3 circles, it must be a hidden Mickey. I hate that. I hate
Yeah.
that more than anything.
So there's a tip that I don't think many influencers know about,
Yeah.
and I wish that was brought up more often. It's that you can get free water at every quick service location.
Oh my
Did you know
god.
that?
Oh yeah, no, I've heard. Really, that's just such a mind blowing free
I
water.
have never heard that before. I know.
Wow.
I wish people
That's a
talked about it
game
more.
changer. That's a game changer.
It is. It is.
Right.
And if you want some free water, make sure you stick with us because we're gonna give you all
Free
the
water.
tips. Free water. Free water. No, but in all seriousness, we have our quick mini breaking news episode today. You hopefully have already listened to our normal Thursday posting, but today is Friday, and we got some really delicious news here on Tuesday morning. Disney went on Good Morning America, which is a property they own, so they decided to reveal some new things for the 50th anniversary this coming fall. Those of you who don't know, the 50th anniversary starts on October 1st, 2021. It'll be
my
the 50th
anniversary.
anniversary of... Is it?
Yeah, it's my anniversary. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Mhm.
That's amazing. So you'll be married 4 years now?
Yeah.
Cool. We love that. We love that. So we are going to go through and talk about everything that was revealed this morning by Disney. We did a preparation for and kind of a retrospective, not really retrospective, but a review of what we've gotten revealed so far from Disney about the 50th. But we got more exciting news from the parks themselves on what we'll be getting. That'll be some added fanfare to the celebration. So the first thing that we got revealed, and this is actually something that I talked about during that show about the secret project that WDI was working on, or at least the fireworks department was working on, which is formerly known as Project Nugget, which is now we know is going to be the new 50th fireworks called Disney Enchantment.
Oh, I get. So it was
Yeah.
called Nugget because it was like a gold nugget, and then 50th is
Yeah.
the gold. All right, man.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, isn't that fun?
not really. But
So
okay.
we got some really cool concept art. So what are your initial thoughts on Disney Enchantment?
Me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, I'm excited about it. I think that's the thing that I'm most interested in. It's very cool. It's exciting. I like it when we get new fireworks shows, especially for Magic Kingdom. I mean, like I love Wishes. Obviously, Wishes is like the gold standard for fireworks shows in my mind. I adore Happily Ever After.
Yeah.
And my only concern is that Happily Ever After, it's gonna come back, right? Like afterwards. I mean, after all this is said and done, it's such a good show, and it barely got what, like 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so that's my. I'm excited for a new fireworks show for the 50th. It's something new. It's something exciting. But as you see by my shirt, if you're watching here on YouTube, I'm a huge Happily Ever After fan. Happily Ever After was, for me, like I had what we called my Disney Dark Ages, where I was kind of away from the parks for a while, and so Happily Ever After was like when I really got when Happily Ever After debuted. That was kind of when I got back into the parks again, going and visiting once a year, and so I really fell in love with that fireworks show. That song just really hits different, and my kids love the song and they'll sing along with it, and so I have a really close attachment to Happily Ever After, and so I'm really interested to see if once the 50th is over, is this Enchantment now the fireworks show going forward, or is it they're going to bring back Happily Ever After? And
the consensus I'm hearing is that it's only running for 18 months for the length of the celebration.
Okay.
That's what I'm hearing, and I'm the same way with Happily Ever After. You know, like the last time I saw Wishes, the final time I saw Wishes was the day my wife and I got engaged. So, and we're both
Oh
very
wow.
attached to Wish, especially with her because she was a DCP.
Oh
So
cool.
she was very attached to that. So there, and then it was a nice bookend. And then the next time we went, which was on our honeymoon, it was Happily Ever After. So it's it kind of has this weird meta textual meaning for me. And
Sure.
I'm attached to it as well. There, yeah. So I hope it comes
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. Yeah, and so one thing I want to ask you, because I know that you have been communicating with our Instagram followers
Yes.
throughout the day. After the announcement, we made some posts about the announcements, and we are engaging with you on all of you on what you guys thought. So if you want to engage with us and be part of the shows, make sure you hop on to our Instagram and follow us there to be more involved. But Mason, what is everyone's kind of sentiment right now in terms of Enchantment?
Yeah, so we did that slider thing on Instagram.
Hmm.
And everybody, like, I feel like this is everyone's favorite thing that was
Hmm.
announced.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had about 13 people, come in and comment there. And, yeah, no, that definitely is sort of the standout thing.
Yeah, I would say for me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it'd be kind of odd, I think, if it is. I I hope it is just 18 months and we get happily ever after back, because I think you're right. It's only gotten a handful of years for it to actually run, and I think
Yep.
it's a real gem because it really pulls on the millennial heart with a lot
Yeah.
of the music in there, and it was like the first real like use of the projection, because if I recall correctly, Wishes didn't
Absolutely.
have that much projection involved,
No.
if any.
No, you're absolutely right. This was the first major thing where it was at the forefront.
Yeah,
And you're right. I mean, it had 4 years. It came out
yeah,
in
yeah,
2017, and it had 4 years of runtime, if you will. Whereas Wishes had
hmm,
almost 20. So,
yeah.
but no, anything that features Hunchback gets a pass in my book. So
Yes.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. So moving on,
Mhm.
next is Epcot is finally getting Harmonious. We've heard about Harmonious for quite a few years now. It was delayed with COVID. It's the reason that we have these large barges in the lagoon at in Epcot. This is probably the thing I'm least excited for, to be honest.
Oh
But
yeah.
I'm hoping it's good, because to ruin all the sight lines in Epcot, they better come out with something really great
It
to make it
was
worth it.
it was hilarious looking at the results here because everyone is like, I don't know, 80-90% on the excitement board, and then you're just
Hmm.
way down at the bottom because I can see
Yeah,
everyone's like personal results here, and you're just
yeah,
boom down at the bottom here, and it was ridiculous. I'm like, geez, man,
yeah,
chill. I mean,
yeah,
I'm excited about it. That's my number two thing,
yeah. Oh,
definitely.
okay.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's probably down there with the book for me. And the reason
yeah. Well,
is because all the testing we've seen so far, it doesn't look great. Um, Especially in the daytime. I'm hoping in the nighttime, and they've shown actually in the blog article.
yeah.
If you look at the Disney Parks blog, they show like doing testing at night, and to me, it still looks bad. It just looks like, I don't know. It's impressive because it's so large, but it just looks like some kids playing with some hoses and lasers. Um,
I don't know.
and it's just yeah.
I disagree.
J-
I really think we're gonna be surprised because I mean, think about like because honestly, I feel like that way. I felt that way about Illuminations with like how clunky it was. I loved Illuminations. It was great.
mhm.
Um, but I like it, I don't know. And it like obviously they had to bring the stuff in during the day or whatever for the
Yeah.
mechanical portion of that, and Like I don't know. I feel like everyone has just been so like sight lines, and what's this big monstrosity? I think once we see it all together, I mean, you got to remember that we. I mean, everybody I've talked to has loved or loved Illuminations when that was playing, and that was
Yeah.
with old technology. And in the mix, we also had World of Color, not on our coast, but on the other
Hmm.
coast. So it's going to be
No, yeah,
interesting to see what they can do with the water. And
yeah,
I'm cautiously, but I am optimistic. I'm very
yeah.
optimistic.
No, yeah, like I said, I hope I'm wrong, but um, I really hope the music is good
Oh
because
yeah,
Illuminations music was so iconic, and they've been working with people throughout the world. Like in the blog article, it says 240 different artists. So I'm hoping that'll really bring some eclectic sights and sounds. Speaking of eclectic sight and sounds, we have at Animal Kingdom, they're debuting also on August 1st. So all these things will be debuted, all these will be debuting on October 1st. Correction there is Disney KiteTales. I would say this is the thing I'm right after Enchantment. I'm really excited for this show. The reason being is that the beautiful puppetry that we saw a couple winters back with the Merry Menagerie, where they had those puppets, those animal puppets walking around interacting with guests. I really hope they use that really great technology for puppets and kites and things like that, because I think we could really use some great. There's some great entertainment already in Animal Kingdom, but it'd be good to see a larger spectacular throughout the day for us to experience seeing some of our favorite animal characters.
I couldn't care less.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm sorry. It was because that was the interesting thing. It was like your rating for Epcot and it was like a flip. It was like as opposed
That's
to
funny.
with between this and Epcot, it was like whoop. So I thought that was funny, but yeah, I don't get the appeal. It's not for me, but a lot of people
Sure.
do seem pretty interested in it.
Yeah.
A lot of people, so it looks like it's around, 75-80% interest. If that
Sure.
means
Yeah.
anything in the,
Yeah.
arbitrary world of Instagram.
Yeah.
So,
No, I think it'll add some interesting energy to the park because they don't have a nighttime show anymore.
yeah, that's true.
Obviously, we have the Awakening, the projection show that happens on the tree. But I think it'll be fun to have because there really is no parade capability in Animal Kingdom, so it'll be great to see them do something else to have a midday extravaganza. Our next bit of news is that we've already known this. They just showed them off more for more of the characters. Is the iridescent costumes, the most magical celebration costumes for the Fab Five and additional characters like Chip and Dale, or the Spectacular Six, Sensational Six, and Chip and Dale. So I think these costumes look good. I'm happy that we're getting some unique costumes. I really hope that we have a way to meet and greet with these characters. And it seems that we're getting cavalcades are sticking around for this as well. And it seems like parades might not be coming back anytime soon, just because they announced that there'll be a Mickey Celebration cavalcade featuring all these characters.
Yeah, I think, things, especially lately, have a tendency to change on a dime with how things are getting operated right now, just as things are picking back up and blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they're cute. They're, I don't get too whipped up about characters. I mean, I appreciate, and obviously they're for the kids there, but it's very nice to see. I like this whole iridescent theme that they're going with. It's definitely different from Disneyland's 50th, and it's definitely so I like that uniqueness. But yeah, it's very it should be cool to see.
No, I definitely agree. And so we're seeing that the next part of this too is that we're seeing the characters getting even more, especially the Fab Five, the Sensational Six, are getting more love with these new golden statues in the hub. And I think they look good. I believe Imagineering or the Disney Parks blog previewed or hinted at, showed a little glimpse of those today on Instagram, so you can see little bits of those golden statues they'll be putting in the hub.
Yeah.
I think they look nice. I have no problem with them. I think they're just a nice little addition to the hub. Any initial thoughts on that?
Yeah. I kind of the reason I like it as much as I do is because it's very reminiscent of Tokyo, and they do that quite a bit.
That's true.
They do that quite a bit. So I like that a lot. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, and I don't know, of course, but I wouldn't be surprised if like in a way these were somehow reused or repurposed from Tokyo celebrations.
Yeah,
not a dig on them or anything like that. Just
Sure.
you know,
Sure.
but yeah, it's nice.
Well, I just pulled the article real quick too to just kind of look at this again because our last story here is that it says there'll be 50 characters across all 4 parks. So it's not just going to be in Magic Kingdom; they're going to be in all 4 parks. So I think that's kind of interesting too.
That is very interesting. I didn't know that part.
Yeah. Real quick thing before we wrap up here.
Yeah, of course.
I had someone make a good point on Instagram about, do you think that Brer Rabbit will be removed in these changes?
Because I was thinking about that just now, and I was like, I don't. But because now that you've mentioned that there's going to be 50 characters, I would not be surprised in the least if that got swapped out.
I think we'll see Brer Rabbit get the axe here.
Yeah. Well,
it's probably the best if they really want to get rid of all those characters in the parks. Even though they decided to put Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox in the new Wishable pin set, still making money off Splash Mountain. Disney, you really hate them. Is that we are gonna? I think we'll see them finally with the axe in the hub. Unfortunately,
you're savage, man.
And not to get, I feel like Splash Mountain comes up all the time, but it's the thing that really ticks me off is that they say they hate it and it's offensive, but they still make money off of it. If you really believe it's offensive, then get rid of everything. But hey, but this is a happy show. It's about the 50th. I think it's gonna be fun. Yeah. Any final thoughts on any of these new stories?
Well, I guess this is day 1 of Brer Rabbit Watch. We're gonna keep an eye and see how much longer he sticks around.
That's a good point. A new series on the Instagram page.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, and I'm seeing this because once all this started and once I knew we were doing this episode here or this mini-sode or whatever, 6.5, I went on Twitter to see kind of what people were thinking, and I'm seeing a lot of people saying, it's really disheartening how little they are focusing on the nostalgia and the legacy. They're just it's just very much it seems very basic. And it's
a cash grab.
I don't even think it's a cash grab at this point, because it's just like there needs to, like, if you're gonna con someone, you're putting in effort. There, like, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of and I get that there are hordes of people tirelessly working on this. I understand that.
No, I agree.
But from the outside, like, know that at the top it's just as I feel like I referenced Bo Burnham on the last episode. I'm going to do it again. A couple like salamanders in an office making these big decisions. Just know, like, from that view of, like, there's so much that was done for even the 65th for, like, what, last year, 2 years ago for Disneyland. And now it's just, all right, we're doing an iridescent theme. Everything's iridescent. They're getting new costumes. And we're doing some shows.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. And no. And we referenced Bugs Life last episode too. So I'm gonna reference Bugs Life again. I really think they view us as mosquitoes, and it's like, oh, it's shiny. I can't look away. Like you have to go to it. And they just like are focusing on making everything shiny, so we all like are pulled in and we can't resist. I think that's just kind of their mindset right now.
But you know we're gonna pay for it. See, and that's the annoying fallacy of it. And you know, so it's just tricky. What would have been cool, and I'll tell you this: what would have been cool is if they had like an icon for each park. And I don't mean a building; I mean like a character, because I feel like every
Tokyo does that as
park,
well.
yeah, every park could have like a park's original character representing it as a part of the legacy. So you could have like, I don't know, Big Al for Magic Kingdom, or even John Progress, and then you could have Dreamfinder, and then you could have the Carnotaurus, and you know, so on and so forth. A bellhop for Hollywood Studios.
Love that.
So
love that.
So you could have done more without doing more. It feels like it's just really quick broad strokes. Let's get this done, and there's an attention to detail and thought that it seems to be lacking here. You know, I'm excited about these things. I hope it's wonderful. I hope the next 2 years, 3 years, whatever. I don't know how time works. I'm watching too much Loki, and you know, I hope it goes well. But it's just like, from here, it's just I'm a little doubtful.
Yeah, me too. And to add into my request from last time, Disney, if we don't get a Dreamfinder Funko Pop, I riot. If we don't get a Bellhop Funko Pop, I riot. With that being said, if you would like to, if you like our content, make sure if you're on YouTube, subscribe to us, and make sure you ring that bell so you always know when we are posting, especially when we have these breaking news videos. And make sure you leave a comment and a review for us on all the different podcasting apps. So I think it is time for us to go, and we've surely enjoyed our time with you today. If you want to see more of us outside of On the Hubgrass, you can follow Mason on TikTok at Unofficial Disney CEO, or myself on Instagram at Matt Arterberry, or my YouTube channel with my wife and family at Matt and Mary Kate on YouTube. And together, like we plugged earlier, make sure you follow us on Instagram on the Hubgrass, where we keep content up regular and also interact with you on that page. So if you like what we do and you want to consider helping us more, we're working on Patreon right now. So mind our pixie dust. We're working on that to fix our tiers. But until next time, remember, there is a great, big, beautiful podcast. It's just a stream away. See you on the Hubgrass, folks.